Hi everyone, this is Danita Zanre and I'm coming to you today from my home office in Parker, Colorado. Today I wanted to talk to you about how you can take a list of your Facebook friends and break them down into smaller lists so that you can target your Facebook posts to one or more groups. So for example, I am a home business entrepreneur. I've worked from home for 20 years and I have a lot of Facebook friends. Some of them have no interest in my business at all. Some have moderate interest in my business and some have a huge amount of interest in my business. So there may be times when I want to create a post that is for everyone that is on my Facebook friends list. There may be times when I want to create a post that's only for my closer friends and family. There may be a time when I want to create a post that's only for people who are interested in my business. So I can do that pretty simply by creating what are called friends lists on Facebook. Now here I am, I'm in my bird's Facebook account. He has many more friends than I do. He's very popular, my African gray parrot. But I want you to look down here on this left side and you'll see different things here depending on what your Facebook activities are all about, but I'm on just my news feed and you'll notice I have apps, I have groups, and then there's a more button. If you don't see a list here that says friends, you'll have to click on the more button. So when I click on the more button, I also see friends. Now if I click another more button here next to the friends, it will pop up and it'll show me some lists. Now some of these are predefined lists, right? There's a predefined list called Close Friends. You can go in here and add people to that. There's a predefined list called Acquaintances, and it's kind of nice. I'll show you how you can use the Acquaintances list. It's a way to automatically exclude some people from your posts that you would only want to show occasional posts to, right? You can put family. That's a predefined list. I'm from Parker, Colorado, so there's a predefined list that shows anybody who says they are also from Parker, Colorado. And there's this interesting list called restricted, and I'll tell you about it in a few minutes too. And then, if you went to a particular high school, there may be a high school list here. If you went to a particular college, there may be a college list here. If you were employed at a particular company, there may be an automatically generated Facebook list of all the other people who have been employed by that company. But I have created two lists. One's called Birds and one's called Danita's Friends. Well, you would think that Ouija would have a lot of people on his Birds list, and that's true. But let's say I want to create another list, and I want to call it Business Only. Let's see. I'm going to call this list Business Only. And then I could start typing some names in here, but I might not know who I want, so I'll say Create. All right, so you can see now over here on the left side, I have clicked on my business list and I see my business list here. And I can do a couple of different things. I could just click in this box and add friends to it if I know their names, right? Or I can click on Manage List and say Edit List. And when I do that, the whole list of my friends will come up. I can see who is currently on the list, right? I could see what pages I follow and maybe put some of those on the list if I wanted to. So that when I go to look at all of my friends, I can then just click on some that actually should be on my business only list. You notice I have lots of birds on this list because this is my birds page. And then when I add them to the list, now they will show up in this business list if they have any updates. All right, so now I'm going to click back here on More on my friends list, and it's going to show me these lists again. Now remember, I mentioned that there are a couple of special lists, Acquaintances and Restricted, and those work a little differently in general. The restricted list is very interesting because it basically says this person will never see any of your posts no matter how you forget to or plan on tagging them unless the post is public. So this would be really great for those people who, they ask to be your friend and you want them to see what you're up to with your business and things like that, but you don't really want them to see your day-to-day posts, and so they will only ever see things that are public. So I'm going to come up here, I'll go to my profile, but anywhere that I create a message that's, on my feed, this would work. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a new post and I'm going to say, "What's up, peeps? Hope you have," I can't spell, "hope you have a great Easter." Okay. Now, I had just been into a post that I made for only my business list, so that pops up. If I say public, it will go out to the entire public world, right? If I say friends, it will go to all of my friends. If I say only me, it will just post on my wall just for me. And I might do that if I want to, let's say, share a post from someone else that I want to remember, but I don't really want to share it on my wall. I just want to have it so that I can go back and view it later. So that's what I use only me posts for sometimes. Or I might say custom. Now here's where custom comes into account. If I say I want it to be friends of friends, that's where I can do this in custom. So this is my friends and any of their friends. So if I want to broaden my audience a little bit but not let it be totally public, that would be a way to do it. If I tag someone in a post, do I want them to be able to see that as well? I can do that. Or I could say specific people or lists. I only want this to go to my business list. So that way, if I'm posting something that's particularly about my business that I think my friends and my family wouldn't be interested in, I could post only to this list. Or I could say only to this list and family because they love me, and they'll pay attention to my talking about my business. The other way would be to say, let's say I want it to be friends of friends, except I do not want my business list to see it. So this is something that would be more of a personal nature post maybe, that I want my friends to see, and I'm happy for their friends to see it too, but all of those people who are just on here to see my business list, my business information, they won't see this post. So this is basically how you can define what you want people to see, and you can do this for every post you make on Facebook. If you do it from the mobile apps, you can still do it. It's not as functional. Oftentimes when I'm trying to really define who I want to see a post, if I'm on my phone or my iPad, I actually pull up Facebook in Safari and go to the full site so that I can change my visibility. You can come back and change the visibility later too. So if you post something public and then decide, oh, I really didn't want that to be public, you can go and lock it down. And so anyone who's already seen it will have seen it, but it will then disappear from their feed after that. So that's one way that you can keep adding information that has to do with your business on Facebook, but not alienate all of your friends and family if they don't want to see it all the time. And you can also have posts that are more personal in nature that you really don't want all of those distant business acquaintances to see just because you have friended them or they have friended you on Facebook. So I hope that helps, and have a great Easter. Bye-bye.